So Apple just announced the iPhone 15 lineup and also the iPhone 15 Pro. So as an Android user, it is my duty to compare the iPhone 15 Pro with the latest Android phone to see if Apple could beat Android or no. I've been using Android like forever, since the Samsung Galaxy S came out. That was my first phone 12 years ago. And right now I'm using the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. I didn't upgrade to S22 Ultra or S23 Ultra because I didn't need to. Powerful, large battery, the camera is a killer, recording 8K, taking 108 megapixel pictures. So I don't need to because Android rules the phone market right now. Okay, so let's see if that changes with iPhone 15 Pro. So for now, I think the Galaxy S23 Ultra is the most powerful Android phone out there. We are still waiting for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So first off, we have the 6.8 inch on the Samsung and 6.7 inches for the screen on the iPhone Pro Max. That's the largest screen for iPhone. Pretty close. I will give that a pass. For the resolution, that's the most important part. So we have 3088 x 1440 on the Samsung. We have 2796 x 1290 pixels on the iPhone. A lot of pixels that we are missing on the iPhone. So on the technology, we have the dynamic AMOLED for the Samsung, and we have the OLED for the iPhone. Samsung makes the best OLEDs out there. Everybody knows that, but the iPhone screens are pretty good. So both of them, I would say, pretty similar. Refresh rate are 120 Hertz on both of them. Peak brightness, we have 1750 nits on the Samsung and 2000 on the iPhone. That's pretty good. That's very bright in the sunlight. I never had an issue with my phone in the bright sunlight. And I bet the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra would be at 2000 nits when it comes out. They have the ambient light sensor and proximity sensor. Both are the same. As far as the screen, they look pretty similar. We get to the hardware. So as far as the chip, we have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and that is 4 nanometer. But on the iPhone, we have the A17 Pro, the latest technology of the chip, and that one is 3 nanometer. That's a huge step, chip department. On the processor, we have the octa-core and we have the hexa-core for the iPhone. And for the GPU, we have the Adreno 740, and Apple introduced a new GPU, the Apple GPU 6 core. And I saw the video for that, and it supports ray tracing. That's pretty advanced, that's pretty huge. Right now, Apple is beating us on the GPU department. And for the RAM, both of them are at 8 gigabytes. Samsung is running 5000 milliamp battery. iPhone is at 420 milliamp battery. What's up with that? I mean, it's kind of small, and they run out of the battery most of the time. Sounds pretty small. I mean, that's a big phone. Okay, we have the fast charging on Samsung and iPhone, both of them, but we have the Qi wireless charging for the Samsung, and iPhone doesn't have that, and that's basically charging other wireless devices. And we have the reverse wireless charging, charge other phones or devices. That's a reverse charging. That's pretty cool. Now the big fuss, the camera. Samsung has a quad camera. Even my phone, the Samsung S21 Ultra, has 4 cameras, and iPhone, the usual triple camera. The main camera on the Samsung is 200 megapixel. iPhone 15 just came out with 48 megapixel. That's a huge difference in the camera department. 48 megapixel to 200. The second camera is a telephoto. We are at 10 megapixel, and iPhone recently bumped it up to 12 megapixel. The max zoom for us is 3x. iPhone is 5x. They win on the second camera, but they lose on the main camera, which is the most important one. Force camera that the iPhone doesn't have, and that's another telephoto with a 10x zoom. iPhone has another 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, the same as the 12 megapixel ultra wide camera for the Samsung. We record at 8K Ultra HD 30 FPS and 4K 60 FPS and Full HD and 960 FPS. That's pretty good. iPhone just announced the 4K 60 FPS. They don't even do 8K. And the Full HD is 240 FPS. If you want to get like a slow motion videos, definitely need a Samsung phone. This one is wrong. The front camera on Galaxy Ultra phones are 40 megapixel. For some reason it says 12. I know that for sure because my phone is 40 megapixel front facing camera. Weight, we are at 8.25 ounce and iPhone is a little bit lighter because my phone is actually really heavy. Every time I work with it, my hands get tired. I think that's where the battery comes in. We have a little bit bigger battery, so 2D face unlock, but the 3D face unlock on the iPhone, that's pretty cool. I actually like that on iPhone. I wish Samsung would bring that kind of feature to the Android phones. And for the keys, we had the right volume control. They also on iPhone they introduced a new action button that you can use it for shortcuts. That's a pretty good function because I could see myself using it for like turning on the flashlight, because every time I want to turn on the flashlight on my phone, I just have to go through the menus and turn it on. I mean, the quick menu is not that hard, but that's a little bit to unlock the phone and go there. But if I have it like on the side, turn on the flashlight, that's pretty useful. And they have the Wi-Fi 6E, the most recent one, and we have it. Okay, they are both in the same league as far as the connectivity. We have the USB Type-C reversible. Oh, okay, and iPhone recently moved to USB Type-C, which is pretty cool in my opinion because you don't have to change chargers. I have like friends that come over and they're like, oh, do you have an iPhone charger? And I'm an Android user. I don't have any lightning charger and they cannot use my charger. And that solved that issue. Everybody can share one charger for all of their devices. But that would be a problem for the people that they have like an older version of the iPhone or other Apple products, because they still have to use the lightning. And for the pricing, both are the same. That's pretty expensive phones. I don't usually buy it at the retail price when they announce it. I actually got mine like 9 months later than the release date, and I got this for $800. That was it for the comparison. So far, iPhone came pretty close to the Android flagships. They usually were very far behind in terms of the technology and the camera, but the camera still takes good pictures. I'm not saying against that, but it's not the top notch. Maybe because the Apple knows that everything they put out, the iPhone user, the Apple user are gonna buy it anyway. They're not gonna go switch to Android or anything like that. So they don't really have to make the best technology. iPhone users, just because of the iMessage or stuff like that, they're gonna keep buying iPhones. That was it, guys. Let me know what you think, or leave a comment if you want me to make another comparison when the Galaxy S24 Ultra comes out, and let me know what you think in general about the new iPhone, and I will see you in the next video.